Hello, pals. We're here at New York Comic Con, and I'm here with some of the pals' favorite creators. I'm here with Al Ewing.
Hello.
Al, writer of All New Venom, Absolute Green Lantern, and also did a little bit something called Absolute Evil recently.
Yep. That special just hit, and a lot of people, it hit a lot of people pretty hard.
Specifically, one person really hard.
In the head.
Yes.
Yeah.
I talked to Pornsack yesterday.
Yeah. Did he spill anything about?
No, he didn't. But he did say that Ollie was going through things. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like for Absolute Evil writing that bit? Did you? I assume you were partnering with Pornsack a bit for what he's writing?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely wrote that kind of with Pornsack in mind.
Yep.
Kind of what he needed for his book, what he wanted to happen, and we'd had a big discussion in the room about like who Ollie should be, and like over time, basically, through a couple of drafts, he became more and more like the Ollie people knew.
Yep.
And we sort of, we kind of like played a little bit with the idea that like he had an arrow cave and an arrow car and all this stuff. It's like he's built like this sort of prepper bunker, this kind of retreat. In his mind, it's like, oh, it's a billionaire bunker, it's a little, just a fun hobby thing.
Yeah.
But the reader looks at it and goes like, oh no, that's Green Arrow.
Yeah, for sure.
But then, unfortunately, it's just not enough in this absolute universe that's full of dark side energy to be the old school Green Arrow. That unfortunately will not cut it here. And like the hint at that I put in was like he misses the Robin Hood shot. So it's a little tell that like this Green Arrow like isn't quite up to his regular counterparts thing. He's close, but unfortunately not close enough.
What I really appreciated about Absolute Evil was just the explanation for how this world works and how it's distinctly different and in some ways scarily realistic.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, I feel like, because I wrote kind of Joker's big monologue, and then Scott was like, can you work in a little bit about the dark side energy? And that's what became like the Omega particle bit.
Yep.
So the speech kind of got even more religious and messianic. But it's like I feel like that's kind of how a lot of real world people think and feel, that they're sort of this vast, uncountable amounts of money that could do so much good in the world, could like eliminate hunger, could fix the environment if it was properly channeled. But no, they're just sitting on it like dragons, and it's kind of like, and I mean, I guess like, Peter Thiel got mentioned a lot. He wasn't like specific in my head, but
I was seeing it.
Now people have mentioned it.
Yeah. And oddly, when they get that powerful, they become oddly spiritual.
Yeah.
And it skews it. Yeah.
Well, because otherwise, how can they process it?
Exactly.
If they're not like meant to have it, then having that amount of something you're not meant to have, it's not like you and me just kind of like, oh man, I'm doing pretty well for myself, I should give something to charity. It's like I'm doing uncountably not just well for myself. I've become like a weird god of the modern world.
Yeah.
And it's completely broken my head.
And that's what was so scary about Joker, because you're the first one that really gets to delve into the absolute Joker in the timeline.
Yeah. I mean, I learned pretty hard on the sort of he doesn't joke thing that Scott came up with. But like, because I like that. I like when somebody's got a thing.
Yeah.
I like showing they got a thing. It was a lot of fun writing that book.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
And to kind of transfer over to the absolute Green Lantern of it all, the idea of that Omega energy and this energy and almost like a state of being that's fueling this world.
Green
Lantern is dealing with different levels of states of being.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was trying to do there was like I obviously didn't want to have the for various reasons, I didn't want to have like the system, the Green Lantern system, be the same.
Yeah.
Both because the point of the Absolute Universe is to like do new things.
Yep.
But also I didn't want anybody to have to like go away and do some homework, on like, oh, okay, so here's the 7 emotional colors and here's that. And, I thought let's start from scratch and let's do like, I looked at like sort of alchemy.
Yes.
The process of like creating the Philosopher's Stone. You go through like the various levels of substance. So I sort of, I did something like that with like levels of light, and I sort of, it's a mishmash of a bunch of things, but I thought, okay, here's like a sort of philosophical thing. And what we can do then is we can have one side look at it one way and the other side look at it another way, and it can be like a holy war that's sort of raging across the galaxy. But the bad guys are the ones who have the core and the weapons and the the central power structure, and they're the cops, and like the users of the green power. Because the other thing is like Green Lantern isn't a person; it's an object.
Sure.
So,
was there a distinct choice to not make Green Lantern space cops?
Yeah. I thought nobody's gonna want to read about cops right now.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
Sorry. But
but that jumped out to me. I was like, okay, this is a complete retooling of the Green Lantern, but the elements are still there. The colors are still there. It's not emotional spectrum, but it's a different type of state of being. That's not emotional.
It's still about the mind still sort of shapes the light and what you do with it.
And even naming it like Rao.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
And the Tomar Ray and stuff at all.
That's
it's
just
DC.
me like sprinkling a few things around in case I need them. But like with stuff like Tomar Ray and Abin Sur, I thought, oh, okay, what if these aren't even names? What if they're just and the thing is that you sort of, by doing that, I could have the first few issues just have like nobody really know what's going on, kind of including the reader. That was always the intention, to kind of mystify people. But now that we're starting to explain stuff, like more people are coming on board with it, I think.
That's literally exactly how I'm going about it. It's every issue then strengthens the previous issue and really kind of gives context to it. And it's, there's a mystery behind it.
Yeah.
Just from like reading and understanding the world, it's really compelling. And
that is the idea. And like the next issue 8, that comes out pretty soon. Issue 7 just hit the stand, so issue 8 isn't that far behind. That fills in a lot of Joe's backstory.
Yep.
We get to see the divorce happen. We get to see a few other characters kind of make their debuts. It's going to be fun. I think people are really going to like that one.
I'm one of those people.
Cool.
Just to kind of shift over to the Marvel side of things, you've been dealing with the symbiotes section with all new Venom, now Venom.
Yeah, the symbiote.
The crossover coming up.
Yep. I mean, we had a panel a couple of days ago, I think Thursday.
Yep.
And there are quite a few reveals of upcoming crossovers, upcoming sort of... there's going to be a crossover between like Spider-Man and Venom and Carnage, and that's going to take place in Spider-Man and Venom over the course of like about 9 issues. And it's basically a serial killer has like is targeting people, and to deal with this, Peter and MJ and Eddie and the various symbiotes, like Venom and Carnage as well, are going to have some long overdue confrontations, long overdue conversations. There's some big beats that happen. There's some big shocks and surprises that I don't think people are going to see coming.
Okay.
And then after that, we've got a thing called the Queen in Black, which is a riff on the King in Black, but this time it's Null is back, but he's made a powerful enemy in like Hela, who obviously nobody remembers because of the events of Mortal Thor, which gives her the ability to surprise everybody.
Yep.
So Hela's actually managed to cage Null, and you'll sort of see how that goes in the Null miniseries that I'm doing with Tom Waltz.
Yeah.
And basically, these two are now bitter enemies, and unfortunately, a whole bunch of mobile characters are getting caught in that crossfire.
Yeah.
And you'll have to wait and see what that looks like next year.
One of the things I'm really excited for is that the Venom symbiote and Eddie have been separated for a while.
Yes.
The symbiote's been with Mary Jane, and having to come to terms with the trauma that it gave Mary Jane without Eddie.
Yeah.
And seeing Eddie now come into that equation.
Eddie bonded to Carnage.
Yes, and even worse. Yeah.
It's gonna be a very interesting thing when those two meet, I think.
Because of our audience and because who they're interested in, any plans for Paul going forward?
Yeah, but I can't tell you what. I will say that I said on the panel that in Venom 253, Paul is going to have a very bad day, which I'm sure some people will be interested in. Yeah, Paul's, look, here's the thing. I don't have the same absolute burning hate for Paul that a lot of the audience does.
I'm pro Paul.
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm like, I think he serves an important function as a sort of member of the supporting cast. The sort of dweeby ex-boyfriend. I think but at a certain point, Paul's not going to be in the book anymore.
Okay.
But until then, we're going to have a little bit of fun with him.
Yeah. And one last thing I wanted to bring up: Mortal Thor coming out as well. That's been a wild ride, distinctly different from Immortal Thor.
Yes.
And the thing that jumped out to me with that was how I knew it would be grounded. It's Mortal Thor.
Yep.
But I didn't realize how violent it would be.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of that is. Obviously, I wrote the fights to be quite visceral.
Sure. Yeah.
And quite because this Thor only has his fists.
Yep.
And a hammer, like an actual hammer. So, the fights are quite brutal, they're quite visceral. I think Pascal kind of took that ball and ran with it a little bit.
Yeah.
And really brought that out on the page.
Yep.
And we've been quite lucky that we haven't been sort of flagged or censored at all. And a lot of the readership is sort of unnerved by it. A lot of them sort of respond to it. I think it is interesting that we've sort of gone to this place. But yeah, it's a pretty violent book.
Yeah, I find it compelling,
Old
though,
school.
because you're feeling something while reading it.
Yeah. Well, that's the important.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the important thing.
And Pascal Ferry, who has worked on Thor before, this is very different than his. I think it was Fractions run that Pascal was on.
Yeah. I
So
think
visually very different.
Pascal really appreciates that. Every so often, I sort of throw something in that'll let Pascal kind of call back to those days.
Sure.
But I think mostly he's really enjoying the street level scale, the kind of the groundedness of it.
Okay. Well, Al, it was a great pleasure talking with you.
Thank you.
Catch us at New York Comic Con for the rest of the videos. I'm Tyler. That's Al. See you next time, pals.
Yeah.